How's it going, guys? My name is Jordan from Veurink, and today I have a special guest, Adam Christoffersen, right from Winnebago. He is the product manager for the Winnebago Towables.
Yes.
So my first question for you is, what do we have here? So I have the perspective more of, I love to go off the grid. I don't want to be near anybody when I'm camping. And just looking at this thing, it looks like it's that. I mean, it's kind of hard to deny it, you know? I guess let's start with this steel exoskeleton thing around it.
Yeah, absolutely, Jordan. Thanks for having me. So we're here with the brand new hike from Winnebago Towables. So this really hits the space that you were describing. This is our first entrance into that active outdoor lifestyle. Again, you noted the powder coated exoskeleton here. It can dual for, kayaks. We've got an integrated receiver in the back for bike racks. You can strap things up top. You could secure things down here on the rails on the side. So a lot of your Thule aftermarket things are plug and play with this. So for your gear accessories, when you speak of wanting to go off the grid, we do have a gearbox here that can dual. That's going to it'll have room for two 20-pound LP tanks. Typically, when you get into a smaller towable space, you get one 20-pound tank. So we've got two 20-pound tanks. You can fit up to two batteries in there and still have room for extra gear storage as well. So really allows you to get off the grid. When you're going off the grid, you may not be on, typical camping slabs like we are here today. So what's nice is we've got a larger 15-inch off-road tire with an axle lift. So what that does is it lifts the typical trailer up about 4 inches, and with that extra 15-inch tire, the extra tire size, you're actually going to be up about 4.5 inches from a typical travel trailer for better departure angles if you do get off the beaten path. So this thing will be perfect for going off gridding like you were talking about.
Awesome. Another thing I noticed, I know from the side it's kind of hard to see, but it's fairly narrow for a camper. I mean, can that fit down some tighter trails? I mean, how wide is it?
So that's exactly right. So this is actually going to sit at about a 6.5 foot wide box stance. It's a traditional teardrop style, so 6.5 foot wide box, but you notice how your tires are actually mounted outside the box. You're gonna have 8 foot wide stability. So you'll have great stability in towing at that 8 foot wide, but your actual box is 6.5. What's nice about that is because of the weight and size of this, you don't have to have your larger trucks and big SUVs to tow this. You can tow this with your mid-range trucks and mid-range SUVs, and you don't have to have a bunch of accessories on your mirrors to see around. So you're gonna have better safety and visibility while you're towing.
Yeah, awesome. You mentioned solar, I believe?
Yes, so we've got some nice technology and safety things that we've incorporated. You've got roof mount solar prep that you can accommodate up to a couple hundred watts of solar. We've got some other technology things such as Wi-Fi prep, so if you want to live, work, and play from the road. We've got wireless cell phone charger. We were kind of one of the first to get that into the cell phone charger into the towable space, which is going over really well. Another thing is, for more of some of that safety features, is we've got all LED exterior lighting. And actually, when we go to the back, you'll notice that we've got reverse lights that are integrated into the tail lights. So you throw your tow vehicle in reverse, and those white lights will kind of shine, so that way people behind you know. So we're also, we're trying to incorporate some safety there, and then you'll be prepped for a backup camera as well.
Perfect. So Adam, I mean, we've talked about a lot of things that we can see, like the exoskeleton. What are some things that I can't see? I mean, in terms of construction, what is something that separates you guys a little bit from some competitors?
So, before I go into the construction process here, a couple other things to highlight are just the sleek kind of automotive style graphics. Proud of that, W that we have in the Winnebago branding. So we got that big bold W on the side there. But what's nice is the graphics are on this Max fiberglass from Crane Composites. We've partnered with Crane Composites for many years, motorized, towable. And so this is a newer, higher gloss, like a Max series that they're using. So we got a high gloss fiberglass exterior. and that is going to be laminated to an Azdale composite backing. So a lot of you guys are familiar and a lot of viewers are familiar with Azdale, but if not, that Azdale is going to be moisture wicking. It's going to be lighter than a typical wood or Luan, and it has a better insulation and sound barriers or sound deadening. So it is a very nice composite backing there. And when we do our sidewall construction, we tapped into all of the technology and skills that we have at our motorhome facility, and we're laminating the sidewall the exact same way that our motorhomes are laminated for the last 50 plus years. So the fiberglass gets laminated to the Azdale, which then a block foam insulation that is coating the entire sidewall gets laid down. It goes through a computer controlled router where the router is gonna route out channels for all the aluminum. We can then lay in aluminum into those channels, and that acts like a jig. Typically, a fully welded aluminum frame gets set on the fiberglass, and then they piece the block foam insulation in. So then you would have aluminum touching fiberglass. Well, we do the block foam insulation first, and then let the CNC router route out those channels, so we create what's called a thermal barrier. We never have aluminum directly touching the Azdale or fiberglass. So then when we piece in the aluminum tubes, anything that's going to be for structure, we stuff those with pine wood. So that way when you're screwing cabinets in from the inside, it actually has a barrier there. After we lay the aluminum in, it goes to a different station where there's lasers in the ceiling, and that laser then shoots down, programmed in what floor plan, and we put galvanized steel backing plates. So a cabinet goes through the interior wallboard, galvanized steel backing plate, aluminum tube, and then secured into that pine wood. So then the last step in that is we've got to then get the beautiful interior wallboard that you see onto that block foam insulation, and it goes through another pinch roll, where then the last phase is another CNC router, where a CNC router routes out this window, it routes out the door opening, and it routes out baggage door openings. It's so accurate, it's precise down to 1/100,000th of an inch. We don't have manual labor routing everything out. It's all computer controlled and done. And when we go to our baggage doors, we use that thicker core baggage door, that 08 series. So not only are you going to get tighter tolerance for fit around there, but also for heat transfer and moisture transfer through there. So that's one in a nutshell thing that we feel like we've got a strong advantage versus our competition.
Yeah, understandable. So I see some stickers here on the door. Well, we talked about Azdale.
Yep.
Comfort package.
Comfort Tech. Yep. Comfort Tech package basically is going to get you that standard enclosed underbelly.
Okay.
So we've got a nice fully sealed and enclosed underbelly to help protect from the rigors of the road and to help maintain heat down there. And then on the flip side, literally on the flip side, it will give you that radiant foil technology from the back wall all the way across the roof to the front wall, so it reflects the sun's UV rays to help keep it cooler inside the unit, so it helps offer extended season camping.
Cool. What about the Explorer package?
Explorer package is kind of encompassing a lot of different things. Radius tinted windows, it's going to encompass the 15-inch off-road tires and axle lift kit. It's going to encompass some of the things that we talked about that are creature comforts that you don't necessarily need to go camping, such as the Wi-Fi prep, the solar prep, the wireless cell phone charger. So just some of those standard features that we were able to roll in and market with a nice Winnebago branded sticker.
Okay. What about a 3-year warranty, I see?
Yes, so back about a year ago for 2020 and newer, we introduced a 3-year structural warranty on all of our products.
So Adam, sitting in here, my first, things that I see is everything looks extremely modern. I mean, the colors are there. Tell me a little bit more about why you chose what you chose.
So traditionally, Winnebago for a long time was not known for their interiors and eye appeal. It was kind of like, what color of tan do you like? Light tan, dark tan, medium tan. And so we really took a different approach and went light, sleek, modern, European. In fact, we spent the last 2 years going to Caravan Salon in Germany and studying the European market and brought this back. So a lot of flat panel doors, minimal styles, not a lot of contrast in the slide fascia, high gloss, accent cabinetry, and we've got actually a 45-degree angle on those. It's called a crank style door. We partnered with one of our supplier partners, and we were the first to introduce it in North America. So that essentially that 45-degree angle becomes your handle. You don't have to have a door catch or anything on the outside to grab there. So we went with the more modern look, than the flooring, getting away from traditional linoleum. We went with this marine grade teak style flooring. It's very popular in the power sports or like boating industry because of water, sand. We think that this customer is going to be out off the beaten path, kind of like we talked about, like you like to do. So it's going to withstand the rigors of being out there. And a lot of this customer who likes that active outdoor lifestyle doesn't mean they want to be rugged when they come in at night. They still want nice style and finer things. So when you come in here, coming into this kind of nice, sleek, modern interior is very appealing.
Feels like home.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at, this wallboard, and it looks a little bit different than some other trailers that I've seen. Is there something different about it, or what?
So it has a little bit of a sheen to it to kind of brighten it up, because you want to, again, keeping this light and bright in a smaller space makes it seem bigger. But it's a vinyl versus a paper. So the vinyl actually has more texture and it will adhere, so any type of filler tape or seam tape, but more importantly for a customer, if they spill on it or get any stains on it, it cleans a lot easier and it won't show fingerprints and oils, and it'll just withstand longer time.
Okay. Another thing I noticed is that the bathroom it's fairly spacious for the size of a unit we're in. Tell me a little bit more about that.
So we focused completely on dry baths versus a wet bath. A lot of, there's a small space of customers who are okay with a wet bath. So we went with a dry bath, meaning that your shower is separate from your toilet and your sink versus having to do all of it in one spot. But it was a great use of space, being a little bit more longer and narrower versus wider, because the wider would impose in your pass-through area in your kitchen galley. So here, having it narrower still gives you plenty of space to shower, to use the toilet. And one thing we focused on as well as your medicine cabinet is not directly over the sink, because a lot of RVs, your medicine cabinet's over the sink and it becomes a head knocker, whether you're going down or up to brush your teeth. So we've moved the medicine cabinet off to the side, so that way it doesn't impede your head area, but we put a big mirror in there again to then make it seem larger in there.
Yeah, awesome. So we're in the 170 DB. What other floor plans are there? I mean, big U-shaped dinette in the back in this one. What else is there? So
you're right. So we've got 5 floor plans total, 3 single axle and 2 dual axle. We've got the 170S, which is going to be focused on a large dry bath in the rear, a large rear bath. 171 DB that we're in here, that's got the U dinette and the front sleeper, again a dry bath. We've got a 172 BH, which is going to be focused on double over double bunks in the rear with an outside kitchen on your campsite. And then we've got the 210 RB, which is going to be a Murphy bed. That's a dual axle. It's going to be a Murphy bed up front with a large U dinette in the slide. And then the 215 HS, which is going to be a very large U dinette in the front and a large double sleeper in the back. So again, 5 floor plans, 3 single axle, 2 dual axle.
Awesome. I think that just about covers everything. So we appreciate you coming out.
Absolutely.
And we're excited to get some more of these in.
All right. Well, we appreciate your time. Thank you for having us.